Welcome back to Access Anime. I'm Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a review and walkthrough of Fairy Tail episode 153. Now, it's a little surprise about this episode. It definitely was a filler. Didn't have a lot to it, but let's just dive right in. Again, I'll keep my general comments and my rating at the end of this clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right in. Now, if you remember from the last episode, we dealt with Gildarts being promoted to the next Guildmaster of Fairy Tail, the fifth one. But he didn't turn it down, he just kind of put it on hold for now while he went off and did his own thing. And then he reinstated Markov, which was the third Guildmaster of Fairy Tail, as the sixth Guildmaster of Fairy Tail. Hilarious. We also get introduced into the Grand Magic Games, which is something that Romeo brought up, something to bring up the status of Fairy Tail Guild in general to number 1, knocking Sabretooth out. So now we have the Grand Magic Games to look forward to. But that was last episode, and this is a new episode in general, so let's dive right in. Now, we open this up with, we're at the beach. So apparently this episode was about training, or at least I thought it was about training. You see Urza in a swimsuit. That's all I needed to see. That's what made me a little more comfortable with this series, like this one episode, because we get to see everyone in, bikinis, swim trunks, you name it. So they're relaxing, and again, Urza in a bikini. Need I say more? Anyways, you see Juvia. She has pigtails. And she's in a bikini as well. Another plus. I'm sorry. Now I'm a Juvia fan. Juvia and Urza for the win. No, that's just me saying that. But they do look very attractive in their outfits. But I digress. Anyways, we have 3 months until the Grand Magic Games, and everyone has broken off into their own general group. One group stays on this beach, the other groups are in different locations across the world, and they're training for 3 months for the Magic Games in order to get stronger. Now, if you remember from the last episode, we remember the other Sky Dragon, Grandia from the other world. She has basically given Wendy a magical book with 2 new magical techniques. Sadly, in this episode, they get 1 day's worth of training, so she doesn't really learn anything new. So that's where we're at with her power, her new power she's trying to learn. But we see Lucy and Capricorn, another celestial spirit. Lucy's trying to get stronger. She looks like a Jedi with all this power around her, because she's trying to, zen. But Capricorn's trying to coax her into getting stronger. And apparently they get into a conversation about the one magic that Lucy brings up, that she was talking when she was with Hades back in about 2 arcs ago. Hades brought up something about going after the one magic being the strongest, and I guess Lucy was also talking to her mother at one point in time about that as well, and she came up with the theory that all magic starts from love, and it's kind of interesting. She has her own perception on where magic comes from, and Capricorn thinks it's also pretty unique how she came up with that. But that's what they're talking about, and we're taken to another scene where we see Juvia, Gray, Wendy, Urza, Natsu, and Happy, everyone on the island working out, getting strong for the first day. That's pretty cool. I mean, you see Juvia, she is really mixing it up here. Natsuo, he's got like stone-looking tires on his back running. And then you see Gray, he's on the water, and he's trying to upgrade his power as well. Although I still like Natsuo, like at the beginning of the day you see him under the water with all this pressure hitting him with all the water pressure, and he shoots his flame all the way up through the water. That was pretty impressive. But 1 day goes by, and now we're into the 2nd day, and you see Virgo appear in front of Lucy, and she says it's an emergency. The celestial spirit world is in danger of being destroyed. And I'm like, wait, what? This is their 2nd day of working out, and they've already got, Virgo pops out of nowhere with this kind of bullcrap. But, let's see what she's got to say. I mean, it's Virgo. She's a maid, in chains, very attractive. Let's hear what she's got to say. And apparently, again, the celestial spirit world is in danger of being destroyed, but we don't know what from or anything about it. So then she goes on to say the king of the celestial spirit world is awaiting you. So basically the spirit king, the king of the celestial spirits, has called them, as well as Urza and Natsu, everyone, to jump into the world. Now everyone that's on the island, minus 2 Fairy Tail members, get transported to the Fairy Tail world. Not the Fairy Tail world, the celestial spirit world. Now, apparently, the only way you can go to that world is if you're wearing the celestial spirit clothing, which is something I guess no one ever knew. No one in this whole world knew, and all Fiora didn't know this, not even Lucy. So she was kind of a little shocked. No, oh, so all I have to do is wear those spiritual clothing, and then we're good to go. So they jump in, and you see Natsuo back in his blue outfit, Lucy in hers, and I think Wendy really likes her outfit. She says that a lot. Now, surprisingly, this is what's hilarious. There is no problem. There's nothing wrong. You see the Celestial King. It was a surprise party. This is the only way that all the spirits, celestial spirits, could surprise Lucy and her friends without materializing in the real world, because it takes a lot to go through Lucy in order for them to materialize. But then again, they're all around. I mean, it's so nice to see everyone. They're so nice. I mean, all these celestial spirits, they really love Lucy and her friends, of course. And you see everyone, Aquarius, Capricorn, Leo, everyone in general. And I was like, just no one's really, they're just, having fun. I'm like, the first thing that comes to mind when you jump into a different world, where do we stand and how long time-wise, like, what's the difference in time? And at the end of this little shindig, apparently this is what happens. 1 day in the celestial world equals 3 months in the real world, and when they leave this celestial world, they have 5 days left. So they're kind of screwed out of working out in general. So I just thought that was hilarious. Now, I digress, but let me explain more of what happened during this party. We see Juvia and Aquarius. They are good friends. They're getting along. And remember, Aquarius, she hates Lucy to an extent, and Juvia hates all these girls around Gray to an extent. So of course they're going to be really good friends. I'm just saying. Apparently Wendy gets to get a book from the celestial spirits, like little library. I forget the celestial spirit. Looks like he's the cross or the plus guy. He says he's going to give her a book, but passes out while he's thinking. But she ends up getting a book. Now again, no training whatsoever, just a huge party. That's where we're at. And out of nowhere, we see a girl. I've never seen her before. She's a celestial spirit. She's playing a harp. She looks kind of cute. And I literally put the volume up, and I had to hear this. It's a beautiful song. I mean, they're getting screwed because they're staying here for 1 day, and that's 3 months in the real world. But the song kind of was worth it, at least for me to hear, not for them though. And I loved the song that was playing. I literally love this song. I don't know how many times I can say it, but it is an amazing song. I like how they just sprung it up like that. But again, they had a little party. It was just to congratulate them from coming back, and yeah, that's where we're at. They leave the world, and Natsuo asks, I should say Vertigo ends up explaining, 1 day equals 3 months, ironically, and they're like, they didn't even get a good reaction. It's like, poof, now they're back in the real world, and they're stunned. They're on the beach, and you see the 2 members of Fairy Tail Pressure. It's like, yeah, where were you guys? We just gave up looking for you. Yeah, we got 5 days left until the Grand Magic Games. And like, you see Urza, Gray, Natsuo pass out on the beach, and you see Wendy like, crap, because she didn't get to learn her new magical book. Remember what Grandia gave her? The Grandia from the other world. She gave her the magical book to learn the 2 new magical techniques. Yeah, she didn't get to learn them, so she's kind of screwed as well. But apparently, one of the other Fairy Tail members got a book from the Celestial Spirit World. We don't know what that book is though, but that's where we're ended at. That's where we end with in this episode. So I felt a little robbed, but plus side, we could see the girls in bikinis, so I gave it a good plus side there. Final thoughts. I want to see more Sabretooth, obviously. I want to hear more about the Grand Magic Games. And of course, I have to know, where are these other groups training at, and have they made any advancements in 3 months where the group that was on the beach didn't? But that's pretty much where I'm at with my general thoughts, my final thoughts in general. Well, also, I would like to know where Guildarts is. Is he ever going to come back and take his role as the 5th Guildmaster Fairy Tail, or is he just going to leave it to Markov as the 6th? But we don't know. We're in the blank there. But again, that ends it for my review and walkthrough of Fairy Tail episode 153. Now, rating-wise, I'm gonna give this a 3.5 out of 5. There were no battles. We did get to see bikinis, get to see really no closure on this. Just an amazing song we get to hear. So I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5. It definitely is a filler to me. But again, 3.5 out of 5, and that's where we're at. I've got one more review coming up, so for Sword Art Online, so definitely stay tuned. Comment down below, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe above, and definitely comment. Check me out on Twitter and follow me if you like. Before I go, I have to say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.